Hello, Rosemary from Alpha Omega Construction Group. This is Joel from JND SEO. I had spoke briefly to Emily earlier, and she directed me to you, Rosemary. So I'm going to show you 3 ways that you can beat your competition online. And I don't want to waste your time. I don't want to waste mine, so I'm going to make this as quick as possible. If at the end of the video you want to hear more information, we'll just set up a quick phone call. If not, no big deal. I'm going to give you free tips and strategies in this, which you'll probably find helpful, regardless. So the 3 things I'm going to talk about are content, citations, and backlinks. So the first thing I'll talk about is content. So I'm on your home page here, and I just want to see about how many words of content you guys do have on your home page. Google recommends having about 1,500 to 2,000. The reason that they want that much is that they're going to rank you higher for it, and the reason why is because if you have that much content, they know that you're helping people out, and it's got a lot of information, which is going to be helpful to a lot of people. And that's what Google's really trying to promote. It's essentially almost like free marketing for them, or free information that they don't have to worry about. So you guys don't have that much content. However, you do have a blog, and blogs actually give you the same type of they kind of do the same thing for Google, right? So if you don't have all the content words, a blog can kind of function as the same way and fill in those blanks. Google loves blogs because blogs, again, give away a lot of free information for people, and they bring people in, give them a lot of tips, strategies. So they actually will rank these really high as well. So having this, it doesn't matter as much if you don't have the words of content in your homepage. So just to give you a comparison, I'm going to go to Charlotte Roofing Specialist. I know you guys are based more Indian Trail, but obviously Charlotte's pretty close. I wanted something with a little more volume to it. So just using Charlotte Roofing Specialist as my example, they do not have a blog here. And you can see they also do not have the 15 to 2,000 words of content. So that is one way that it would actually make it easier for you to beat a company like this. Oh, they do have a blog here, actually. Never mind. Take it back. Didn't have it on the top of the page, but they do have it at the bottom. So let's just see. So actually that would put them a little more even with you guys, obviously, having that. And then it's going to come down to kind of the quality of that with the titles and everything and whatnot. So obviously that's going to come down to some other things as well. All right, so then the other reason, though, that you do want that much content is the more content you have, the more keywords and keyword phrases you can put into that content. As an example, I've just put in roofing Charlotte, North Carolina for my example here. Like I talked about, I'm going to do Charlotte because it's a little bit of a big area. It's going to give me a little more volume. This search here has really good volume on it. It's also what new customers would search if they were looking in the area for services. First thing they would see, of course, would be these ads. The second thing they're going to see is this map section. Top 3 companies will show up here. These are all based on the citations, which brings us to the second thing we're going to talk about, which is citations. So this is the map section, or GMB, Google My Business is what that stands for. And these are all based on citations. You got the top 3 showing up here organically, and this is all in this little preview window. You can view all to see the rest, but these top 3 you can see without having to even do that, right? So the way to get on this top 3 is to have the most citations as well as the highest quality citations, because they're not all created equal. And citations are just when you get your business name, address, and phone number all listed together, all 3 things, into a directory site such as Yelp, Yellow Pages, Home Advisor. The key with these is that they have to be listed exactly how they are on all the other sites. So like on your website, you could use Facebook as a citation. Social media works. I did see you guys had, I think, all of your social media linked. So you got Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, you got YouTube and LinkedIn, which is really good because these all act as citations as long as they're entered exactly. So for a company like this one that has an LLC, for instance, that means they all have to be written exactly like that. You can't drop the LLC or it won't connect. So everything has to be perfectly exact. All right, and after that, we're going to get to our organic section. This is where we start to see the companies show up. You're going to get 10 results per page here. These show up in reference to our keyword, roofing Charlotte, North Carolina. And so number 1 for this one would go to Baker Roofing. For our keyword, we go Baker Roofing, Charlotte Roofing, and then Home Advisory, which of course is a directory. All right, so next, I want to jump over to a program I use called Ahrefs. I took your website, alphaomegainc.com, plugged it in here to see how it's doing. Looks like your local power, your local trust here and power are pretty good. They're both in the 30s. And if we jump, now we'll talk about the backlinks a little bit. You guys actually don't have any headers on your page. If you did, they'd show up here above your address. And I'll show you one in a second there that I believe has theirs. So let's just talk about the backlinks referring domains. So you guys right now, the referring domains are just websites or domains you guys have links on. So there's 263 websites. On those 263 sites, you have about 1,600 backlinks. So there's about, there's a good amount there. You've got a lot there. And those are all spaced out over these 263. When people click those links, it's going to redirect them right back to Alpha Omega Inc. These also work as websites that kind of point to your site. They're essentially vouching for your site, and that's what gives you this trust that you have here, because these are essentially vouching for you, saying this is a legit site. And the stronger these are, the stronger your trust and power will be. And the stronger they are, the more keywords you're going to have ranked, which of course in turn is going to bring you more traffic as well. So it all really works together. And obviously you guys have some pretty high quality links because your trust is pretty high with a 30. And so let's just jump over here to your keywords. We've got about 1,300 keywords. These are what really bring in the visitors to your site. We can see right now the 1,300 you have are bringing over 900 visitors to your site right now. So I'm actually going to click your keywords, and then I'm going to jump over here and we'll come back to them in a second. Let's just compare quickly to Charlotte Roofing. Charlotte Roofing is one of the top ones in the area. That's why we're using them as an example. The goal would be obviously for you to beat them. And you don't want to just beat them in the amount of content. That's the first thing. You want to beat them in citations to get ahead of them in the map section. And then you want to beat them in links, right? So you want to have more links and higher quality. And actually, if you look, 34 here, I believe you guys had, was it a 32? So it's really close. You do have more power behind your site, though. They have about 118 referring domains, sending back about 690 links to their site. And 178 keywords, bringing about 907 visitors. So the visitors is pretty similar. Okay, same thing. I'm going to click that, and then we're going to jump back, and we'll come back to them. Let's go back to you guys now. All right, so let's look at the keywords you guys have. So all the keywords that I'm actually seeing for you guys, they all have to do with your name, which isn't a bad thing. This just means that people who search you by name know who you are. So Alpha Omega Construction, 250 people do search you by name just like that. You guys are in the top position. So the top 10 are going to make the first page, and number 1 is going to get the biggest percentage of the volume. So you're usually number 1, you're going to get between 20 and 35% of the volume overall. So you guys right now are getting the 161. So actually, you guys are getting even higher than that, which is really impressive. But again, it is your name, so I think it's because you don't have as much competition, because there should only hopefully be so many Alpha Omega construction companies. Now scrolling through, I'm seeing you guys pretty much only have keywords with your name in them. Which the only problem with that is you're going to run into a lot that have lower volume, right? So what I would recommend is it's not bad to have ones with your name, but you want to have ones like this without your name as well, because this means the only way people are going to find you is if they know your name and are searching you. But that means you're missing out on all the new customers that you could bring in. So such as this one, commercial roofing, Charlotte, North Carolina. 60 people. Obviously, they don't know your name because they're not searching you by name. And for this one, you guys are number 10. So like we said, if your 10 is going to be on the first page, but towards the bottom. So you're only getting about 1.5 visitors per month because you're 10 there. So the higher your rank, the higher the percentage you'll get. But definitely you're going to want more of these. Having your name is great, but a lot of these are a bit repetitive. And a lot of them do have smaller volume attached to them. And you're only going to get people who know who you are. And you're missing out on a lot of people who really don't know who you are, and that you want to bring in those new customers to really grow. So as a quick example, we're going to jump over to Charlotte Roofing, look at their keywords now real quick. And we can see they have roofing Charlotte, North Carolina right away. One for new customers, 200 people, number 1. They're getting 65 of the 200. Charlotte Roofing, 100. Number 1 getting 36, so they're getting, a little over 35, 36%, I guess. Roofer Charlotte, North Carolina, 150. Number 2 getting 25 out of there. Charlotte Roofing, I think we might have done that one. Charlotte Roofer, here's a new one, 40 there. Number 1, 14. So you want to have more of these that are going to bring in these kind of new customers. There's all different variations, of course. Now, I know you guys do have multiple services too. You do solar and everything. So for you guys, obviously having, you could target a lot more than even Charlotte Roofers could, because you could target Charlotte Solar and all that, Charlotte Commercial Roofing Charlotte, all those without your name. And I think you'd bring in even a lot more customers than what you guys kind of currently are seeing. So for you guys, now that you have the information, like I said, there's really just 3 options really on the table here. Number 1, you're not looking to grow. You're not looking to grow the business. You take the information and you probably, you wouldn't want to do a lot with it, right? You're just, maybe you pick up a couple tips. Number 2, you have someone that's already working on all this for you. Pass this video on. Maybe there's something in here that can help them. Even if it's just one little tip, it might help. Take it, guys. Enjoy, right? Number 3, if you guys either don't have someone you're working with or you're not happy with kind of, what they're doing, and you want to just have a conversation, we're talking about a 5 or 10 minute phone call, and just I can answer any questions for you, and we can just talk about anything that was in the video, or and see if potentially you guys wanted any help with anything. All right, but thank you guys for your time. Really appreciate it, and have a great day.